Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Minecraft. Just wondering if the dark blue would offset those two a little better than the light blue. No, we'll keep the light colours for this one. For this room, we will keep the light colours, I think. That's what we will do. And like the purples and pinks and reds and stuff, we'll get to those another time. So I've got some yellow right there. I've got lime dye already. That's ideal, so we don't even need to make that one. So we'll just make some yellow dye like that. And then if I go here, right, how many of these do I want to make? One stack is 8. I said 6 stacks of each, which is 48 actually. Huh. I need more lime dye, and more yellow dye, and more gravel, and more sand. Right, well, that's interesting to note. So we will go into that one, and I will take another half stack like that. I'll leave 2 behind there, so that will make exactly 1 full stack of these. And then green, I don't have that. I've got white dye right here, so I'll take a half stack of white. I don't have any more of that, so we will stick with what we've got here. Now, I'll turn this into the yellow dye right there, and that's exactly 64. So then I will go here and make yellow, and that's as much as I can make at the moment. That's 7 stacks, actually. So we'll go with the 7 stacks of that. So I'll actually make 8 stacks, and I'll do 8 stacks of lime as well. I've got 4 stacks of light blue. That's a lot. It's a lot of stacks. I'm going to be mining this stuff for ages. And we will go back now to the Badlands. And I'm hoping I've got gravel over there. Really hope that I've got gravel over there. I need to head back down the tunnel over here. I'm pretty certain that I do have gravel, so I can go and make all of the cement, and I can then start placing it out into the pond. I'm not going to bother harvesting those guys this time. I harvested a few on my way back through last time, and that's where I got some of the magma creams. They seem to be turning up every single time we go through. Oops. Okay, I didn't actually need to do that. Let's try that again. And there we go. It's that falling sensation you get when you first turn up. Always a bit disconcerting, isn't it? Very, very, very disconcerting. Okay, that's the direction I want to go. Over here. How much blue concrete have I got over here? The other thing that I wanted to do was pick these up and stuff them back in there so that we don't lose them, because they're very important to me. That one has got all the chests and everything, so we'll bring that one out. And that one can just pop down there. So that's got all the chests and the hoppers that we're going to want for this little project. There is some green dye that we need to go with the white dye. So if I do this, there's 60 of those actually. I can just make lime dye right in here. Make all of those. That makes 64 of them. And then I got 32 lime there. I'm actually going to just leave that. I got one. Yeah. I've got enough blue dye to do everything that I want to do. I'll have surplus of all of it. There will be surpluses. We'll leave that there. There's nothing here. We will go over to the house and we'll see if we've got any gravel over this way. That's what we're going to want now. Well, gravel and sand, actually. So let me just have a quick sleep. And I'm pretty sure one of these chests just here has actually got a load... No, that's gunpowder. Huh. Well, we got some gravel here. But maybe not quite as much as I'd hoped. Okay, I'll pick that lot up. And then this one, actually... Let's put the part stack of dye in there so that we don't lose anything. And sand. Stone and gravel. 15 gravel. Yeah, I remember now. We were getting it from back home. Same with the sand. I got none here. I'm in a desert and I got no sand. I got red sand, but there's no way I'm using that up. That stuff takes a long time to gather up. That's difficult to get. There is absolutely no... Oh, there we go. We've got a little bit of sand here. So if I take a couple more stacks of that... Oh, no. I can only take one stack. Right, and we're going to here, and then I want the yellow concrete there. So I've got 8 blocks of that, which is another stack. And then I've got lime dye right here, and I can make that many stacks, which is not enough stacks. So we'll forget about that for a minute. I've got half a stack of light blue concrete here. I can just move that one over. That's going to make a little bit more space. I need... How many? I need 4... Oh, wait, I don't need this much gravel. I need more sand, though. Okay, so we will put stone and gravel in here. I'll get rid of that one and that one. I actually just want 4 stacks of gravel to do this. I was going a little bit too far. Wood and sand. There we go, sand. Right, so then we go 1... Just get rid of that one and 1 there. So there's 4 stacks of sand, 4 stacks of gravel is all we need of the lime as well. So now all I have to do is put light blue concrete powder, yellow concrete powder, and green concrete powder. I've got 8 stacks of lime, 8 stacks of yellow, and 4 stacks of light blue. Well, this isn't going to take absolutely years to finish, is it? Do I have beacon range on the pond? No. That's annoying. Right, I've got a pond over here, but I don't really want to use this one. So we've got a beacon right there, but I don't want to use this pond. So it's just going to be a pain to try and use. I don't want to do anything with that. So where does the beacon reach? It'll reach up here, so I could put a new pond up here. That might actually be the best thing to do. Because I could build a pond out of concrete as well. That is actually something I could do. Out of concrete powder, rather. Right, well, we'll put concrete in on the corner of the pond. So, yeah, I don't even need to do that. So we go to concrete powder right here. That's only a... Oh, yeah, of course, I've only got a jump boost here. Okay, so we don't want to build it here. We want to build it over here to make use of this bit, because this has the mining boost, and that's the one that I actually need. So, we will ignore that one, and we will put this one down. We will go like this. We put one here. No, we don't. Put one here, and we put one here. And then we will bring this out like this. Those torches will eventually be... I'll have to remove all of them. We'll go... I kind of want to go out to this line right here. Put that one down. Remove these. And then we'll build all the way along here. It's going to be a big old pond, this one. I'll end up putting everything back afterwards. But for now, we're making a huge-mongous pond. Huge-mongous is the technical term. So it's going to get out to about that far, and then, yeah, I can come down here. Sen has been doing some experiment work here with the trees and stuff, and the mosses. And there I have a tree. We've actually got several trees right in the middle of the pond, which is inconvenient. So we'll move a couple of these back, and we will run the pond along this way. There. That should allow me to do everything right the way through. I just got interrupted because my phone was ringing. I thought, well, I better answer this. You never know, it might be important. And there was silence to start with, and there's a recorded message saying, you have just had your purchase to Amazon confirmed. Your $399 will be taken out of your account today, or some such nonsense, and your iPhone 7 will be dispatched shortly. If you didn't make this purchase, then please contact this number so that you can speak to an Amazon, or press 1 to speak to an Amazon employee or customer services rep. Needless to say, I haven't pressed 1. And I sincerely hope that if anybody else does get such a phone call, that you do what I did and just hang up the phone. It is a con. Amazon doesn't ring up and tell you that you've placed an order. It definitely doesn't do it with a cheap voice computer. And it's a very cheap and nasty voice computer, by the way. It's just another one of the never-ending scams that plague our existence, and I hate them. I really, really hate all these scams. Don't fall for them, right? Don't fall for these scams. Don't give them your details. Don't give them money. If you have someone ringing up telling you that they're customer services and that money is about to be taken from your account, unless you do something, just say okay and hang up the phone, right? There's literally nothing they can do. And if they really have got details, then they're not going to be ringing you up to go and confirm it. They're not going to be doing that. The only ones that will be ringing you up is, and even they don't ring up. I've had the bank block my card because they thought that there was unusual activity on it. And they didn't ring up. They just block the card, and then they wait for you to ring them. People don't ring you up to tell you that there's stuff going wrong. They don't ring you up to tell you that they're taking money out of your account. Do not fall for these scams. I'm begging you. Do not do it. I've spoken about scams before in other videos. It's a pet topic of mine. I actually really like sort of looking into scams and stuff, but it's so easy for people to fall for it because some of them can be really convincing. All right, some of them can be absolutely convincing. And I think it is just awful the way that these people operate. It's hideous. It is absolutely disgusting the way that some of these things operate. And so I just really, really hope that you don't fall for it. And so I will tell you whenever I can. If you get a phone call like that, it's fake. All right? It is absolutely fake. If you get a phone call suggesting that you're due for a tax refund or something like that, it's fake. Right? They don't ring you up to tell you that you're due for a tax refund. No government in the history of governments has ever rung anybody up to say, we owe you money. No. What you have to do is you have to pay an accountant who knows what they're doing. The accountant will then look at your previous year's taxes and they will say, you overpaid your tax here, we can claim it back. The government will never, ever, 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 ever at any point ring you up to tell you that they think you've paid too much. They will just say nothing. And if you don't pay them enough tax, they will soon get hold of you. Right? They will soon get hold of you to say you haven't paid enough tax. And then there'll be ways to do it. But there won't be they won't be doing it in such a way that you have to give out any details over the phone. Right? They arrange a meeting and you do it face to face. That's how they do it. They arrange a meeting. You do not give details out over the phone. It's never happened before in the history of governments, and it never will. They don't operate like that. That would involve having to actually pay out more money than necessary, and they don't want to do that. If you haven't paid your taxes properly, not only do they ring you up, not only do they chase after you to get that tax money back, they will also charge you interest on anything, anything that might be late. But if you've overpaid your tax or they've overcharged you, when you claim it back, once you finally realise that something went wrong, because they won't tell you, then you end up getting, you won't get interest on it, right? They charge interest on tax you owe. You don't get interest on taxes that you overpaid. It's just that simple. They'll give you credit for the following year. But that's just the way it works. So if it's anything other than that, it's a scam. And here we go. I love this bit. The water going all the way across. That's my favourite bit. Can I see it? There we go. I love that. And also the way that it goes into the concrete as well. That's also really cool. Okay, let's come out of there. I've got some torches sitting over on the other side. I'll finish doing the light blue first, and then we will work our way around to some of the other stuff. Now, what I can do with this is if I just leave the outside line of water, I can then go and fill in the inside line. I can fill in the entire inside area. And it will turn everything into concrete. And then I don't lose my pond until I've finished doing everything that I want to do. So I'm going to put that all the way back through there. And then I'm going to go and put this all the way back through here. And just keep going until you fill everything in. It's not very exciting, admittedly. And I fill that one in there. So now I just keep working my way up and down this long line, filling everything in, and as it places it down, it turns it immediately into hardened concrete, and then we've got to go and mine it. So if we have a machine that does it, so there's all of the blue, if we have a machine that does this, then what the machine would do is you still have to stand there and you have to place the concrete down, to place concrete powder. But once you've placed it, the machine pushes it through water and then blasts it with TNT and then collects it again and puts it into a chest. So you stand AFK and keep hitting, you set it up so that you're AFK and placing something down. And then several hours later, you come back and all of the concrete powder that you had on your person is now been turned into concrete. And you can set this up so that not only have you got that, but you do a great big sort of build session where you make 25 double chests of concrete powder, and then you load up your machine with all of this, and what your machine does is it constantly feeds you a continuous supply of concrete powder while you're placing it down. It then pushes it away from you and blasts it and turns it into concrete, and then you can go and put it away. So what you end up with is, say, 100 double chests full of all the different colours of concrete, which would be absolutely brilliant. I would really like that. So that's one of the machines that we will be building. I'm just not quite sure when we're going to do it. And I filled up all of the bit in the middle. I'm just going around now and mining out a ring around the edge. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it like this. So even with the mining speed, concrete still doesn't mine instantly, which is why I really want this machine, because the machine would help us out no end and make this job a whole lot more exciting. So I've got a stack of yellow already. Actually, how much have I got? Full stack of yellow. I'd got most of the yellow concrete powder put down, actually. It's surprising how much we have put down in this little area here. So what my plan is I'm going to just do this again. I'm going to just mine out everything that I've got right here. And then once I've done that, I'm going to chuck down some green, pick that up, and I was thinking that would probably be it. But like looking at how much I've got left here, I've only got a stack and a bit of yellow. So I may end up actually being able to do all of it in just 2 passes, which is a lot faster than I was originally expecting. I was thinking I would do like maybe 2 stacks, and then we'll get started on building some of the walls in the room over there. Now that's all of the concrete picked up from the middle. I'm just going to go around and do the outside edge bit here now, like this. And yeah, with the concrete powder machine that I was just talking about, this is kind of like one of the things that a lot of Minecrafters would like, is the ability to have something that would automatically place down. There, I'm going to put all of that through. I'm going to pick up all of this line as well. It would automatically place down blocks. It is something that, at the moment, Mojang have said that they don't want to do. That it's not a feature that they want to add into the game, where you can have anything being automatically placed. Now, personally, I think it would be absolutely wonderful if a dispenser could place something down. And yeah, there's an argument against it, I suppose, because it does sort of lend a little bit too much to automation. But, I mean, is it going to spoil everything? I don't think it would. I can't see that it's going to really spoil very much, to be honest. Maybe if it was only gravity blocks that could be placed down like that, maybe that could change it up a little bit. But again, I'm still not entirely sure that even that would have a negative impact on the game. Like, just not... like, whether it would make any difference whether it be gravity blocks or other blocks. Like, if you could automatically place a block down in the game using a dispenser... There is so many possibilities for that. And I've seen so many different designs of machines that involve having to have an AFK player place a block down, then the blocks are moved and placed into position. So we've already got a huge number of machines being made by players that basically result in... like floors, walls, things like that being built automatically, but you still got to have the player there placing them down. And I personally would absolutely love to see a dispenser that can automatically place stuff down. That would be fantastic. Along with automatic crafting of dye and storage blocks and things like that. Now, at the moment, none of those exist. We are not very far away from having 1 The reason I'm flying over there is because I'm wanting the nasties to despawn off of my concrete. That's better. Yeah, so at the moment, they don't have them. 1.18 is coming out very, very soon, which is going to be quite a thing for a lot of mods. Like, it's going to change... There's already quite a lot of things changed in 1.17. They changed, I think it was the type of JavaScript that they use or something. To basically is to future-proof it, but it did make a lot of mods stop working. So I'm waiting for 1.18, and we'll let that come through. And then I'm thinking it will add in a couple of extra mods into the game. Now, I have had a look at trying to convert our server to a carpet server, in which case you can create bots and things like that, but I'm not sure that that's really the way forward. So what I'm going to look for is some automatic crafting, maybe a new crafting station that will automatically craft things like storage blocks. So you feed in 9 gold bars, you get a gold block out. You feed in 9 iron nuggets, you get an iron bar come out. Something like that. I don't know if there are such mod. I'm assuming there must be a mod for that somewhere. There are mods for automatic crafting tables, but that's not quite what I'm after. It's just storage block ones that I want to do, because that's the ones that we tend to do quite a lot of. And on top of the storage block ones, I'd also like a mod that converts a dispenser or a new type of dispenser that you put the blocks in and then it automatically places the block in front of that dispenser. And then we can move it from there. So long as we've got a dispenser or a block placing mod, something like that, it places the block down, and then we have the ability to go and move it after that. I think that would be absolutely wonderful. It really would. It would make such a huge difference to gameplay, to everything that we do. And that is the very last of it. That's all of my concrete. Nice. Right, well, what I'm actually going to do then is I want to remove all of this concrete as well. So I'm going to have to go and place back the other concrete. So actually, there is a faster way of doing that. Rather than using concrete for that last bit, I will go over here. And I want normal stone. I mean, I can use sandstone as well. That will also work. I can do that just as fast. None in there. Right, is 2 stacks going to be enough? I don't know if 2 stacks is going to be enough. But we'll put normal stone in here. And then I can mine that out really quickly. But this is also going to get rid of all the water. I think there is just enough. I mean, if there isn't, I'll use a couple bits of concrete just for the last few. And then we're done. So there's 8 stacks of green, 8 stacks of yellow, and a few stacks of blue as well. And now all I got to do is have the axe and run along like this and pick it all up. Very, very exciting times. It's so much faster with the stone. Look at that. I want to do that with all of it. It'd be so much better. Now I'm back to this. Very nearly almost done now. We've got just a couple more lines of concrete and the line of stone to pick up, and then everything is neat and tidy as we left it, although I do need to put a few torches down. We'll go and do that as well. Run up through here. Doesn't it actually take all that long? Well, I think it's taken me maybe 10 minutes to put the rest of this down and then pick it up, which isn't very long. And then we have, actually, kind of run up through there with that one. And I did just pick up. Yeah, I did. I was going to say, I thought I picked up one there. So we've got that extra little bit. And that was just because you can, with the mining beacon, you can actually run flat out with one of these pickaxes, and pick everything up, which is just brilliant. I love that you can go and do that. And that one makes 32 of those. And we've got exactly full stacks of everything else. So I haven't lost anything anywhere, which is beautiful. And I'll put you down here. And then I need to put the torches back. And that'll be just in time for sleepy time. I'll run around here like this. Put all of these down. Yeah. Quite looking forward to the bit with 1.18 where mobs will now only spawn in 0 light levels instead of 6 and below. So at the moment, was it 7 and below or is it 6 and below? I can't remember. Anyway, either way, mobs will not spawn in partial light. It has to be completely dark for the mobs to be able to spawn at all, which I quite like. I actually think that's a really cool addition to the game. Now, what we're going to do here is the blue is going to be down at that level there. And then I'm going to need an extra little bit of blue around the edges here. Well, actually, I don't need it around the edges. I just need it on here because this is where the water has got to go into the corner. So we'll add a little bit more up there. But I'm not going to put that in just yet. Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.